Welcome to this video. I'm going to go over how to update your title block in Inventor 2026. So to do that, it's best to bring in a part and then work on the title block from there. So I'll head over to the ribbon bar. Under Place Views, I'll press Base, and then I'll look for the part that I want to bring in. I'll click this icon here and bring in a part. Now this window updates, and I can bring in a sheet metal view of a folded part or a flat pattern. I actually want to bring in a flat pattern as my first view. So I'll select flat pattern. And then I'll change the scale to something a little bit more reasonable for this sheet. So maybe 1/2 would be better. And that looks decent. It could be a little bit bigger if I wished, but I'll stay with 1/2 for now. So I'll press OK. Then I'm going to save this file. Save as, and I'll call it U-shaped top. It'll be the same as the model. So I'll go down here and I'll press save. Now you'll notice that the drawing number within the title block has changed, but you may also notice that a U-shaped top is not a drawing number, it's a name. It's most likely supposed to be the title of this part. So I want to actually change a whole bunch of things within this title block. So I am going to show you how to change your name, add checked, manufacturing, and approved. I'll show you how to put in names there. And then I'll also show you how to put in revision number, title, and the material number. So to do any of this stuff, I'll go over to this icon over here, and I'll right click on it and press iProperties. So this is the general tab. Under Summary, this is where you can change things like the title or the author or the a bunch of other things. Under Project, this is where you can change the part number, the revision number of the drawing, and other things as well, including creation date. Status is where you can put in all those checked by engineering or approved by engineering, approved by manufacturing. And you can select the dates for those as well. And then finally, there's two other tabs which I won't change anything. So let's head over to Summary. So this just pulls from your Microsoft account name. I actually want it to be a little bit more formal, so I'll press S Broska, and I'll use all caps going forward because you typically have capital letters on a drawing. I'll add the title as well. So this is actually U-shaped top. And once I change that and press apply, you'll notice that drawn is now S Broska and title is U-shaped top. So heading over to Project tab now, I'm going to put in the part number. And when you work at a manufacturer, they typically have part number generator within the ERP system or outside of the ERP system. So I don't have one of those, so I'm going to make up my own part number, 254362-001. And then I will put the revision drawing. This is a new release, never been revised before, so it'll start at revision 0. And I can change the creation date. Now, I have no reason to change the date since today is the day, but maybe you want to update that date for when you release this to the floor or something like that. Okay, so now under status, I'm going to put in checked by. Maybe the status is pretty open-ended. I don't have a selection here, so that could be anything from approved to prototype or something like that. Um, I don't have a good reason to fill that out at the moment, so I'll leave that blank. I will say that maybe somebody checked over my drawing, and so I'll put Eva Brostein as the person who checked it, and they checked it today as well. Engineer who approved it, maybe uh, Nomi Brostein. And maybe the engineer is also in charge of manufacturing approval. So we'll put her name in there as well. Okay. And I press apply, and you can see how all of this has now updated. Now, within the DFM guide for sheet metal, you may notice that I have, on the example drawing within that document, I have a material right here in this blank cell. Well, it's actually a little bit of a cheat. So you go over to summary, and under company, that's where you can put anything you want. So I work at RC Polytech, and if I hit apply, you can see that it shows up there. But I'm actually going to use this cell as the material block. So the material number is, for example, again, probably generated by your ERP system, or you would look up the material that you're going to use within your ERP system and give it that number. But in this case, I don't have any of that, so I'm just going to make up a number, 300,124-001, and I'll give it a description. So it's 16 gauge material made of stainless steel, and it has a number for finish, which is a brushed finish. So I'll press apply, and now you can see that I have a material within my title block. So that's how you update everything within the title block. The nice thing about the title block is that if I add a new sheet, I'll right click sheet one, press copy, and then press for, I can copy the sheet, or I could just put in a new sheet. So I can right click on this blank gray space over here, press new sheet, and I have sheet 2 now. And it's the same B-sized, and it has the same title block. So I only have to change that title block within the I properties over here, and it'll update it for all sheets. If I want to head back to sheet 1, I just go back, I double click on sheet 1, and it takes me back here so I can continue with giving this part dimensions. So that concludes this video on saving and setting up the title block of a part drawing.